Okay, guys, so our today's topic is multiplying and dividing terms. Okay, so remember the previous video, what we're talking about is actually addition, adding, and subtracting terms. So today we're talking about the multiplying and the dividing terms. Okay, so there are actually some really important property in this section. So I was just gonna briefly talking about those property. All right. So let's take a look about the first one. The first one over here, what we have. Let me zoom in a little bit. The first one over here, what we have is a multiply. So how you read it is a to the power n multiply a to the power n, and that is just equal to a to the power n plus n. Okay, one of the example over here what we have is a to the power 2, and then you multiply b to the power 3. Sorry, a to the power 2, excuse me, multiply a to the power 3. So the step over here is a equal to a to the power a plus 3. So it's actually equal to a to the power 5, right? So this is for the first property. Okay, and let's move on to the second property. The second property what we have over here is a to the power n and over a to the power n, and then what we have is the result is equal to a to the power n minus n, right? So let's show you guys one example over here. What we have example is a to the power 5 and over a to the power 3. So as the property show us, it's gonna be a to the power 5 minus 3, right? So it's actually equal to a to the power 2. So I think that's all the property all the really important property for this section. Okay, that's all I think it's all the important property for this section. So let's just moving on to some question. Okay, now it's question time. Right, so now it's a question time. So feel free, to if you know the answers, then you just speed up. Okay, you can actually skip the question, but if you don't know, I will fully explain every question in detail. Okay. So the first one, what we have is x to the power 5 multiply x to the power 7. So as the rule says, it's gonna be x to the power 5 plus 7. So the answer will be x to the power 12, right? 5 plus 7 is 12, right? So we solve the problem. It's equal to x to the power 12, right? Okay, so it's gonna be x to the answer is x to the power 12. So let's moving on to the second question. The second question is also really similar, right? So what you ever have to do is y to the power 6 plus 4, right? So it's gonna be y to the power 10. So that's the solution for question 2, right? And then let's moving on to question 3, I guess. So now things get spiced up a little bit, right? Because over here we got two variables. We have one variable x to the power 3 and x to the power 2, and there's a multiplication, right? Those two terms are multiplication, and then we got y. We got y to the power 1 and then y to the power 4. So you have to doing them separately, right? We have to doing them separately. So y to the power x to the power 3 multiply x to the power 2. So it's going to be x to the power 3 plus 2, right? And then for y, what we have is y is 1. So y to the power 1 plus y to the power 4, right? So now we have to add them, right? So 3 for x 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. And what about y? Y is 1 plus 4, so it's also equal to 5. So that's the solution for this question. Okay, so this is the question, this is the solution for question 3. Right, so let's move on to the next question. So here what you see is we only got one variable, and that is x, right? So we have x to the power 5, x to the power 4, multiply x to the power 6, right? So what we have to do is, as the property suggests us, so x equal to 5 plus 4 and then plus 6, right? So it's gonna be, 4 plus 6 is equal to 10, so it's 5 plus 10, so it's gonna be x equal to the power 15, right? So this is the solution for question 4, right? X to the power 15, right? And then let's move on to question 5. So now we have some integer, right? So we have to add, we have to multiply the integer, and then we also have to do something with the variable, right? So here what we have 2 as the integer and also 6 as the integer, and then we got those 2 variables, right? So what we have to do is we have to multiply the integer. So 2 multiplied by 6 is 12, right? So we write it down 12. And then what about m? M to the power 4 and m to the power 7. So it's going to be 4 plus 7, right? So the answer over here is m 4 plus 7 is 11, right? So that's the answer for question 5. 12 m to the power 11, right? Okay, so let's move on to question 6. So we have to multiply the integer, but here we actually got 2 variables. We got 5 as integer and 10 as another integer, right? And then we got 2 variables. One is a to the power 3 and a to the power 1, or simply a, right? And then we got b to the power 1, or simply b, and b to the power 4, right? So what we have to do is we first multiply the integer. So 5 multiplied by 10 is actually 15, right? And then we have to simplify the a. So we have a to the power 3 and a to the power 1. So it's going to be a to the power 3 plus 1, right? And then we have b. So we have b to the power 1, and then b to the power 4. So it's 1 plus 4, right? So what we do on the next step is a little bit more simplified. 15 a 3 plus 1 is equal to 4, and then b 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. So that's our solution for question 6, because we cannot do anything other than anything more, so we just leave it. So this is going to be the solution. 15, sorry, not 15, so it's going to be 50, a to the power 4 and then b to the power 5. That's the solution for let me erase it. I think it's a little bit messy over here. Yeah, b to the power 5, that's the solution. Okay, so let's moving to question 7. As I say, if you feel a little bit bored, if you feel like you can actually doing those questions, then I would suggest you to actually skip it. Okay, so yeah, if you know how to do those questions, I would suggest to just skip and focus on the question which you don't know. Okay, focus on the question what you don't know. Otherwise, I will fully explain all the question. Okay. So for question 7, so when you look at it, you feel like maybe it's a little bit confused, but it's actually not. Okay. So here we have 5 as integer, and then 3 is another integer, right? And then we actually got two variables. We have p to the power 2, and then p to the power 3, and then single p, right? And then we got q to the power 1, and then q to the power 2, and then q to the power 3, right? So you may ask me why you write down only one line or two line or three line. That's the purpose of doing this is just for to make sure you actually adding or subtracting the right term. That's one of the trick. Okay, so when you see only a line, you know it's an integer. When you see two lines, you know it is p, and then when you see three lines, it's gonna be q. So that's what make you adding or subtracting the right term. Okay, that's one of the trick. I mean, just make sure you are on the right track, right? So here we have 5 multiplied by 3, so it's gonna be 15, right? And then what about p? P to the power 2, and then p to the power 3, and then single p. So it's gonna be 2 plus 3 plus 1, right? And then we got q. Q is 1, q to the power 1, and q to the power 2, and then q to the power 3. So it's 1 plus 2 plus 3, right? 1 plus 2 plus 3. So now we have to add those numbers, right? 15 p 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 1 is equal to 6, right? And then what about q? Q is 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. So that's the solution for this question, right? 15p to the power 6, q to the power 6, right? Okay, so let's moving to question 8. Okay, let's move into question 8. So here we got 6 as an integer, 3 as an integer, and 2 as an integer, right? And then we got a squared, and then a, and then another a, and a squared again, right? And then we got single b again, and then b to the power 3, and then another single b, right? So we multiply the integer first. So we got 6 multiplied by 3, and then multiplied by 2, right? 6 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2, yeah, okay. And then we got a is to the power 2, so it's 2 plus 1, and then you plus another 1, and then you plus another 2, right? And what about b? B, what we have is 1, and then you plus another 1, and then you plus another 3, and then you plus 1, right? And then what we have over here is we know 3 multiplied by 2 is actually 6, and then 6 multiplied by 6 is actually 36, right? So you write it down 36. And then for a, what we have is 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, 3 plus 1 is equal to 4, 4 plus 2 is equal to 6, right? So it's a to the power 6. Then, excuse me, sorry. And then what about b? b is 1 plus 1 equal to 2, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, 5 plus 1 equal to 6, right? So the final solution for this question is 36, a to the power 6, b to the power 6, right? And so it's 36, a to the power 6, b to the power 6, right? Yeah. Okay, there's no many questions left. Okay, so let's just do it. Let's move on to question 9. Okay, let's move on to question 9. So question 9 over here, we got a division, right? So remember the property. So what we have is a to the power 10 over a to the power 7. So as the property say, is actually a to the power 10 minus 7, right? So the answer for here is a to the power 3, right? So a to the power 10 minus a to the power 10 minus 7. So it's actually a to the power 3. That's the answer for question 9. Okay. Let me erase this part. This is no minus. Okay. And then what about 10? So you see, you may maybe you feel like it's quite confused, but it's actually not. Okay. So let me show you the way, you know, or let me show you the easy way. Okay. So you can see over here you have an x to the power 5, and then you got x to the power 2, right? So you know you know at least for this part it's going to be x to the power 5 minus 2, right? And then what about the left hand side? The left hand side, what you have is y to the power 3 and then y to the power 2, right? So you know it should be y to the power 3 minus 2, right? So it is that easy. Okay. Okay, so you always remember, you always using the number at the top minus the number at the bottom, right? So here the number at the top is 5, so 5 minus 2 for y is 3 minus 2, right? So what we have is x 5 minus 2 is 3, right? And then y 3 minus 2 is equal to 1, right? So so we just leave the answer in the simplest form. So it's x to the power 3 y, right? Okay, so for question 11, so for question 11, okay, so so basically over here what you can see is that you got actually an integer, right? You got actually an integer, right? So you see at the denominator we have a 30, and we have at the numerator we have a 30, at the denominator we have a 6, and 30 is actually equal to 5 multiplied by 6, right? So 6 get cancelled, and then there's only 5 left, right? So you write it down 5, right? You write it down 5, and then after that what you see is that you see there's an a to the power 4 at the top, right? But there's actually nothing at the bottom. There's nothing in the numerator, so you cannot do anything with a. You are not able to cancel or add it. You're not doing, you're not able to do, like you're not able to doing right anything, right? So you just write it down a to the power 4, right? And then what you see over here is that you have a b to the power 5 as the numerator, and then you have a b to the power 4 and the denominator. So as the property says, it's gonna be b to the power 5 minus 4, right? So now we need to simplify a little bit. 5a to the power 4, and then b 5 minus 4 is equal to 1, right? So and then this is the solution. So you don't need to write b to the power 1. You just write single b for the answer, okay, for the solution. So so this is the answer for question 11, okay. And for question, let me see. So so for question 12, let's do it. Okay, so question 12. Up on this point, I think you guys should able to doing this really fast. Right? Okay, I'm just going to show you guys what is the really fast way to do it. Okay, so in this one, let's do it the fast way. Okay, we have 5, and then we just cancel it, because 25 equal to 5 multiplied by 5, right? So 5 just get cancelled, and then over here you can see there's an a to the power 4, so it just get cancelled, and then a it just get cancelled, right? So of course here it's a to the power 5 minus 4, so it's gonna be a to the power 1, right? And then for b, it's just gonna get cancelled, and 4 minus 1 becomes 3, right? And then what about c? C is just simply get cancelled, and then 3 minus 2 is also equal to 1, right? So now we have the answer. So 5, 8, right? And then b to the power 3, and then c, right? So if any variable have a power 1, you don't have to write it. So that's why, 5 for a is 4, 5 minus 4, so a to the power 1, so it's simply a. And then for b is 4 minus 1, is b to the power 3, and c is 3 minus 2, so c to the power 1, so it's just simply c. So this is the fast way, if this is usually this is the fast way, okay? If when you're doing this kind of question, okay? So right away you get the answer. You don't have to do anything else, okay? So for question 13, let's take a look. Okay, for question 13, remember what I said before about those terms? When you actually adding or subtracting those terms, you want to make sure those terms are the same term, are the same thing, right? Over here, you got integer 5, and then you got another integer and 10, and then if you want to add it, you want to make sure they have the same term. Over here, they have a to the power 3, b to the power 2, a to the power 3, and b to the power 2, b to the power 2. So those are the same thing. So you are able to add it. 5 plus 10 is equal to 15, right? Is equal to 15. Wait a second. So 5 plus 10 is actually equal to 15, right? So one second. So 5 plus 10 is actually equal to 15, right? So you know the answer. So you know the answer is going to be 15 a to the power 3, and then b to the power 2, right? Okay, so you know the answer. Let me try it. Okay, so you know the answer. It's going to be 15 a to the power 3, b to the power 2. So sorry for the writing. Okay, sorry for the writing. Okay, so now we are actually on our last question, I believe. Yeah, we are actually our last question, I believe it. So maybe you should pause the video and try to doing this question by yourself, right? Okay, pause the video and then do the question by yourself and see if you get the right answer. Okay. Okay, so let's do the question. Let's do the question. So so what you see at the top is you got 6x to the power 2, y to the power 3 plus 9x to the power 2 and y to the power 3, right? And then you see as for the numerator, they have the same term, right? X to the power 2, y to the power 3. So you are actually able to add it, right? You are actually able to add it. So 6 plus 9 is actually 15, right? So it's 15x to the power 2, y to the power 3, and under it is 3x to the power 2, y to the power 2, right? So now you are able to cancel some terms, right? So here what we have over here is like we have a 3 and then we have 15, and 15 is actually equal to 5 multiplied by 3, right? So 3 is gonna cancel, and then there's only 5 left, right? There's only 5 left, right? So you write it down 5, right? And then if you see x, you see at the numerator it has an x squared, and then on the denominator it also have an x squared. So in this case it's gonna get cancelled. Okay, it's gonna get cancelled. Okay, it's gonna get cancelled. So basically, x to the power 2, x to the power 2, it does simply as 1, right? It does simply as 1. And 1, 1 multiply anything, it will be the same number, right? So that's why you are actually able to cancel it, right? Okay, and then for y, we have y to the power 3 and as the numerator and y to the power 2 as the denominator. So as the rule say it, so it's gonna be y, as the rule say it, it's gonna be y to the power 3 minus 2, right? And further on we need to simplify a little bit more. So it's y 5y 3 minus 2 is actually equal to 1, right? So the answer will be 5y for this question, right? So the answer will be 5y for this question. 5y is actually the simplest form where we can have it, right? 5y is actually the simplest form where we have it, right? So yeah, so thank you guys watching my video. Please subscribe and like my video, okay? And if you have any question, if you have any question, leave a comments below. If you have any specific questions, then if any specific questions, then please let me know and leave the comments, okay? If you have something like specific, or if you have something really specific to the topic you want me to talking about, like maybe you have some problem with some other topic rather than this, or okay, I will keep uploading video, okay? I will keep uploading to helping you guys, getting some good marks, right? Getting some good marks on algebra, right? Okay, so see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.